Translation team has it together. I can begin. Yes, no? You don't know. Okay. The journey's over. Or for most of us, the journey is over. Some of you may want to continue further chanting later today and tonight. It's become a tradition or a common practice at the end of our 64 round day that there's opportunity for sharing what your journey today has been like. How many here have chanted at least 64 rounds or more than 64 rounds? Show of hands. Okay. If you'd like, someone can volunteer to briefly, not a long description, but a brief summary of what your experience was like today, or compare today with another Japa retreat that you've taken part in or something. Your journey today. And you can begin with indicating, so far today I've chanted 865 rounds. Any volunteers?
Hare Krishna Maharaj. It was a very blissful experience. And initially I thought how it would be very difficult for me. But as I kept chanting, over a period of time, I found that actually the holy name is taking over. And I can feel that it's not that difficult. And I felt great, blissful in chanting the holy names. And also I felt that 64 round is not just an achievement, but it is actually connecting with Krishna. The more time I'm spending time with Krishna, and I can feel that presence of the holy name, Krishna's presence in the holy name and his mercy. Thank you, Maharaj.
And could you share with us how many rounds you've chanted today so far?
I just finished 64.
64.
Yeah.
Mataji raised her hand.
Hare Krishna, Dhanavad Pranam to all the devotees, Dhanavad to Guru Maharaj. Today I was able to do, with mercy of the Lordships and the devotees here, 82 rounds.
Ooh, very good.
In the starting I was little complacent because I have attended Guru Maharaj's Japa retreats in central New Jersey 6 times before. So I was taking it for granted that I'll be able to do easily. Before breakfast, I was able to do 32. Before lunch, I was able to do 64. After lunch, prasadam,
Something happened.
I thought I should take some rest. Though I was feeling to chant more, I thought I should not feel asleep in the evening session to relish everybody's realizations. So I took little nap, but Krishna's mercy, I could not sleep at all. In 20 minutes, I got up and I could chant more rounds. The journey was like first 32 was good. First 16 was very good as it was in the first 20 Brahma Muhurta time. And I was focusing more than regular everyday chanting. It was nice. I was trying to pray also that I should be able to do with humility whatever the rounds Krishna allows me to do. And then it continued. But after 32 rounds, I was missing something which I was not able to know what I was missing. So I took the shelter. I came here and sat thinking that maybe the slides will help me. I finished 16 rounds just sitting before the deities, and every 2-3 rounds I was seeing the slides. Still somehow I was not. By 64 rounds also I felt like, by third set also I was feeling the missing feeling. I thought I'll go outside and chant. Luckily when I went outside, the rain stopped. And then, for my surprise, since last 3 days I was not able to do Tulasi Puja, which I have been doing since years every day. Somehow I couldn't get up for Mangalarti and do Tulsi Puja. Small light lit that maybe Tulsi Maharani will help me to cover that missing thing. So I was looking for Tulsi Maharani everywhere here when I was sitting, but when I went outside, as if Tulsi Maharani came by herself, I saw near the lamp post just Tulsi Maharani put there. I never went into that pool area till now, but I went to that pool area, prayed to Tulsi Maharani, took a chair which was not really very good, like an asan for Tulsi Maharani, but I had no other choice. I took that chair, put it in the center. I put Tulsi Maharani. I really did not care who is watching me or is it right or wrong. And I started circumambulating and doing continuous 16 rounds. That was my last 64 set. And then after 10 rounds, some other Chinese Mataji joined. Then afterwards, another elderly Mataji joined. I was feeling more and more ecstasy while I was chanting, hearing them and feeling the mercy of Tulsi Maharani saying that, yes, you were missing me since last 3 days. Don't miss Tulsi Aarti. So maybe I should come to Mangalarti whenever it is done according to the convenience of devotees. Thank you very much, devotees. You are all very inspiring. All the slides, all the arrangements, everything was good. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
哈利克斯纳，顶拜咕噜马哈拉贾，顶拜所有的奉献者，顶拜家人们。我这个小小的分享，这个是今天我要进入Japa念诵时的时候，当我怀着爱进入圣名的念诵的时候，我的心里充满着喜悦的心，来接受圣名哈利的到来。当我不断的聆听圣名的声音震荡的时候，我觉得圣名就仿佛是交响乐团里跳动的音符一样，永无休止，让我感受到喜悦与感恩。我感谢我们的主圣 Krishna， 让我来到 Krishna 知觉，让我这个受制约的灵魂能唱诵着他 可爱又伟大的圣名。当我结束32圈的念诵以后，我进入第33圈，我闭上眼睛Japa，我冥想着主。那我很简单的，我就结束了，应该是说，32圈的这个念诵。那后来呢，我就进入了这个，应该是说32圈结束以后，我要进入，就是48圈的那一轮的念诵。因为我觉得有点犯困了，我就起来走动。那这一轮的这个32圈，我没有什么感受。可是当我进入64圈的那一轮的念诵的第3圈开始，我发觉我整个背部发热，甚至到颈部，还有到整个胸膛，甚至到整个手腕，我不想停止念诵，我想一直的不断的念诵，冥想着主的圣名。这是我的简短的分享。那我有一个小小的问题想要请教古鲁玛哈拉贾，就是在今年我忘了是几月份的时候，也是我在进行就是萨达那加帕的时候，那突然间我发觉整个这个空间都是寂静的，都没有声音，那只有圣名的声音。那我突然间我就惊醒了，怎么会是这个样子呢？怎么外面什么声音都没有，我只有听到哈雷克什纳圣名的声音。那我醒来的时候，圣名就不见了。我这一点我要请教古鲁玛哈拉贾，如果以后我再遇到这种情形的时候，那我该怎么做呢？哈雷克什纳，感谢大家。
You have just made a very difficult service for the translator.
I'll translate. What's her name, Mataji?
Navadipa Lila.
Navadipa Lila Mataji. Her sharing of the experience. So this is the writing of the Mataji. When I was entering into the chanting of the holy name with love, in my heart is fulfilled with the bliss. I was preparing for the arriving of the holy name Hari. When I was listening to the holy name non-stop, the vibration of the holy name seems to be dancing like the orchestra in my heart.
Wow.
So I felt the gratitude and the bliss, which made me realize I should be thankful to the Lord for making me come into Krishna consciousness. So thank you to the Lord. So a conditioned soul like myself could be chanting to his great and sweet holy name. After I finished the 33rd round, I closed my eyes. I felt a little bit sleepy. And then I standed up to keep chanting. So when I was standing and chanting, I felt the love. I felt the love is just like a wave coming to me again and again, just like the wave of the ocean. So when I was entering into the last a few rounds of the 64 rounds, in my back and on my neck, even on my wrist, I felt these waves of love coming to my body. That's my experience of the chanting. She has a question also.
I do too.
Should I translate her question, Maharaj?
Is it long or short?
It's not long.
That means short?
你是说你在做梦的时候吗？还是你觉得整个屋子都是圣名？ One time she was doing Japa in a room, and at some point she couldn't hear any of the sound in the room, but only the sound of the holy name. It feels like a very mysterious experience. She wanted to ask, how should she understand this kind of experience?
That's a good question.
是一个很好的问题。
A short answer is one possibility is, like Nishinga Maharaj was discussing, there's some special mercy that may come to somebody in the course of their life, some special bhava abhas, some moments where it seems like it's a shadow of the transcendental experience, but what, and then that's gone. So it's, in other words, how should she understand? Krishna was giving her an opportunity to experience some being touched by him, being touched by his holy name, to encourage her to go further, go further. Okay.
那我要再请教咕噜玛拉讲，如果以后我有在遇到这种情形的时候，我是应该要继续念诵下去，还是停止念诵呢？因为我就是这样觉得，哎，怎么旁边整个屋子都没有声音，只剩下圣灵的声音，所以我就把眼睛睁开了，那我就停止念诵了。那以后我如果还有遇到这种情形的时候，那我应该要怎么去处理它？
She's asking a following question. Should she keep chanting when this happens or
Yes.
stop chanting?
There's a relationship. You stay within that relationship. That's all. That's all. That's enough. That's enough. Okay.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. In all honesty, I found it very difficult to chant 64 rounds.
Uh-huh.
My first half definitely wasn't very good at all. And I think with my current life, I'm very used to constantly going and running around places and dealing with many situations. And as a teacher, I constantly have children on me all the time. So even when I'm chanting my rounds, they're pulling out my bag or they're like, please come over here and help me with something. And I feel like this was the first time in a long time I've had a chance to sit down and just chant. And I'm constantly like looking around, like, does someone need me, or someone's coming towards me? I'm like, what do you need? So I don't like that though, because I don't have it's distracting. It's a very distracting mindset to have. And it was actually, my last half was definitely better because I got used to not having people coming to me. So, I mean, I really wish I could have the experience that Mataji before had. It sounds amazing, but just getting it done before 4 p.m. was an achievement for me.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good. Probably what you're sharing, other mothers in particular, could relate to, the being pulled on and requested. Teachers, they're not your biological children, but they're your children. They're depending, and there's a stage of life when that winds down, and some people, let's say in Vanaprastha stage, they don't know what to do with themselves because they're so accustomed to what you described. It diminishes as children get a little older and they want to be more independent and all of those lovely things. But it's at any stage having some attempt striving to become focused, it's strength. And that's, you cultivate that strength and it'll become more strong. Like doing anything, exercise or physical therapy, and you'll strengthen the muscles that have become weak. And it's by practice. And since you're not used to it, the duration of time that you're here with us, more of the same, right? Maybe not 64, but more of the same experience where you don't have someone tugging on you. Okay.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, my humble obeisances to you. I chanted 40 rounds today, 40. My mood was chanting with dependence on Krishna because I was seeing that I was distracted. I was not observing the thoughts that were distracting me were mostly of fear.
Fear?
Arising from various fears and worries of fixing the things. So I let it go because I cannot fix a lot of things. And fears, I'm praying. Fears, I think my bodily identification is used to take shelter of fears to feel safe. So I depended on Krishna that it's a helplessly repeating pattern. So I started praying to Krishna to remove those prayers and fears, and chanting became more focused as I did that. And at one point, it was just effortless chanting. There was no resistance or anything. I was liking the chanting, and I just wanted to continuously chant. But at one point, my body, because I still have jet lag, but that didn't stop me from continuing. But at one point, I felt I should take care of my health because still a lot of days are there. I want to make use of the retreat and hear properly. So I really decided to take rest. Otherwise, and the quotes that were getting displayed, I could very much relate to them. The struggles the quotes were telling that remove my temptations, and a lot of quotes, they helped me, they assisted me to stay focused on the chanting and realize that even attentive chanting, to be able to chant attentively, I'm dependent on Krishna. And your advice yesterday to be fully present in the chanting, that also helped me. And also I had heard something like a couple of weeks back from Maharaj, who I heard first time. He said Grihastha life presents a lot of distractions, and we just need to get back to here chanting. There is no other way. And also your quotes also here were very helpful. Antidote for our anarthas is conscious chanting. So anarthas overwhelm me, and when I read those, I just took more and more shelter of chanting attentively. And thank you very much, Maharaj. And devotees were very inspiring. It was like I always prefer chanting alone, because I am, at the time of death, I am alone to be able to remember Krishna. So I always wanted to strengthen my remembrance of Krishna at alone time. But today I chanted among devotees. It's just that a room felt too small and I wanted some open space. So, and I was forced to chant. And it was like, it's just like this matter of staying in the train and it will take you to destination. So chanting became more helpful. The chanting among inspiring devotees became more easy. Actually, it helped me actually. It wasn't that much struggling. Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you.
the atmosphere of being in the association of devotees chanting japa together like this, for some people in temple life in particular, that's standard. And for other people, solitary chanting is standard. There's one devotee I know, there's probably more devotees, but their practice is they start early in the morning and they don't just keep a low light, they turn the lights out. And it's just them and the holy name, and you can't see anything because the light's out. And that's every day, every day, every day. And then when the sun comes up, then they can start to see. But until the sun comes up, they're in the dark, but not falling asleep in the dark, but they're, like a little candle or something like that on the altar, and that's their practice. They like it. And I guess when I visit them, I get used to it because the light's out. So chanting in the association of many devotees like that, it's certainly different for many devotees because they're in their home and they chant more privately. And then there's it's different, but there's pluses with chanting in the chanting japa in the association of others, as long as somebody's not too loud. There's one devotee here towards the front. He was pretty loud. I don't know which devotee it was, so don't worry. I'm not zeroing in. Just others. I think what we might do is just start having kirtan a little earlier. So, Sri Rupa, get yourself ready with your little kirtan team.
I guess jet lag has some advantages because I woke up at 1 and just took a break for lunch and nap. So I ended up chanting 104 rounds.
Shoo-wee.
First time. And I would like to chant 4 more since I'm almost at 108 and for the first time in my life, chant 108.
Wow. Blissful. And during that period of time, was there a particular something that gave you strength or nourished your efforts or something like that?
2 specific things, Guru Maharaj, from your presentations. One was the painting of Gopakumar that you showed on the very first day. He's my hero. And you didn't say it this time, but in the past, you've said this statement that has stayed with me. Gopakumar did not want to be ungrateful to his spiritual master by not achieving the fullness of the gift that he was bestowing upon him. And for the last 2 weeks, I've had the experience of stalking you across the planet. And that's given me some visceral experience of the toll that it takes on the body. What to speak of, I'm only in my mid-40s. And yesterday, I collapsed in Narsingha Kavachamaraja's class and slept through your entire class. So I'm having a hard time keeping up with your pace. So I was thinking of the gift of the holy name that you are giving me. At what cost? At what personal cost you are doing this? And gratitude is a very core value for me. I cannot live with knowing that I'm being ungrateful. And I was thinking that it's not the tangible services that I render. It's actually in those pregnant moments when my consciousness comes in contact with Nama Prabhu. That's where I can demonstrate my gratitude by trying to realize the fullness of the gift that you are bestowing upon me. So Adarat kept coming to mind. Every time I'm contacting Holy Name, Adarat. And the other tool that was very helpful was the video of Srila Prabhupada that you showed, chanting with love. There's something magical about Prabhupada's deep, resonant voice in that video that just rumbles through. And the message kept coming back to me, and I was hearing it about every 8 rounds. I would play the video.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Prabhupada was saying, chant every name with,
With love.
with love and not as hackneyed. And here is Radha, here is Krishna. So that message kept resonating. And the mind was distracted, but overall there was a easefulness and a flow in bringing it back to the holy name. So I'm extremely grateful to you. Thank you.
I mean, just so that for those of you that, to help you understand what she just said, when was it? 2 weeks ago, something like that. I was very surprised to see her in Singapore. And I was like, I put the wrong glasses on. There she was in Singapore to take part in an event. It was just a weekend event at the university, and a nice devotee asked her to take part, and so there she was. And then as soon as the weekend was over, she flew back to Chicago. Chicago to Singapore, Singapore to Chicago, with the plan that she would then turn around and come back over here. Like, what? At the inspiration, my understanding at least, the inspiration was an opportunity to serve. And some devotees like to say yes. When some opportunity to serve is given, they like to say yes. But, that's extreme. But it's true. Those of you there's many here that came from a shorter distance. You came from India or you came from China. And it's a shorter distance. And the other ones are, 16 and a half hours in the air. One way, and then going back, it's going to be more of the same. And when I hit the ground, it's go, go, go. So it's just on this message of gratitude. That's the inspiration. It's that the sacrifices, as as our founder Acharya make sacrifice after sacrifice after. His life was a life of for whom? Who are the recipients of that which he was sacrificing? It's people he didn't even know. But so that's in the receiving side, and then the service to Bhakti Siddhanta and Bhaktivinoda Thakur and the line of disciplic succession and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and carry the message, and the postal peon carrying the message. And it's not just duty, it's gratitude. And these, having received, you give. To your capacity, you can receive. To your capacity, you can give. And at least for me subjectively, after this comes another wave of a number of days and a number of devotees coming from all over the place. And of course, it's joyful. By design, it's like that. At the same time, it's a mountain to climb, yet another mountain to climb, and yet another mountain to climb. And that's a life of service. So it's very important in all of what we're doing that the at the center is Krishna, and at the center of our interaction with Krishna, most important are these two features of Krishna, his name and the Bhagavatam, the person in the form of the name and the Bhagavatam. So the Swarup Shakti and Prabhu, the Nama Prabhu. And we're servants. So I think it's nice that we'll just move to Kirtan. The schedule says we're going to go till 6:30 and then have Damodarastaka. I think we can have Kirtan for 20 minutes and then Damodarastaka. And then Nama Yagya. You ready?
Should we start with Damodar?
Sure. That's nice. That's nice. Are you ready with Damodarastaka, the lamps and everything? Okay. Okay, fantastic.